This is Kurt ASMR. I hope you're doing really well today. So in today's video, I would like to take you through my shoe collection. I haven't done a shoe collection video for a while. I'm not like a big collector of shoes, but I actually enjoy I quite enjoy watching people who are into shoes, like those like celebrities who have like big Nike collections and they have all these like rare editions. I could see myself sort of getting into like collecting shoes, but I just kind of use shoes for functionality. But I have a decent collection, so I sound like I have a cold, but I don't. But it might be hay fever. My nose does sound a bit bunged up, so sorry about that. But without further ado, let's get to it with my first pair of shoes. These are my Timberland boots, which are very scuffed and worn and looking very beaten up and sorry for themselves. So but I do like my Timberlands because I live in the UK and it rains a lot, so these are good for that. And obviously when it snows, we don't get that much snow in the UK, but we maybe get a few days of snow. But when it's raining, these are good. So yeah, you can see where it's all sort of worn away, and it's a bit bizarre because I'm sure that I sort of polished these up, I feel like not long ago, but they clearly need another go. Maybe I polished them up and we had like loads of heavy rain and the stuff just faded. I don't know. So they have really good grips on the bottom. I heard that Timberland isn't cool now, but I don't care. Like I said, I just need functional boots, and I find them comfortable to wear as well. They can be stylish if they're not like completely worn away like this. They have like these leather cushions on the top, and then there's the Timberland. I can't remember how long. I've had these. I feel like I've only had these maybe about 3 years. And the last pair of like Timberland boots I had lasted me like a long time, like I think nearly like 10 years, 9 or 10 years. I can't remember. I don't know, or maybe I've had these longer than I think. Just because of the wear and tear, I don't know. But the last ones I had lasted me a long time. So I might have even had 3, I actually can't remember now. And these are replacement laces because the laces started falling apart, so I had to buy these like replacement laces. So that's my Timberland boot still hanging in there. I actually did clean everything, for the purposes of this video, I cleaned all the shoes that I had, but I didn't get to polish these up, I just ran out of time, so that's another job for me, but another time, because I can't be bothered right now. And we're coming into summer now, it's spring, but we're coming into summer, so. Right, next I have this pair of boots, which I got from River Island, so the only trouble with this is I don't actually like these because they're very uncomfortable. They're quite loose fitting and they rub against my heel and like cut my heel, so I either need to get rid of these or get some of those inserts. I did put some of those inserts in and then they just wouldn't stick and they came off. So the reason I bought these is because when I'm working, I like to have like work shoes and non-work shoes, even though like where I work is not like, it's fairly casual, but I just like to have that distinction, and so that my nice shoes that I wear in my sort of free time don't get worn away as quickly. And so I bought these as like a winter boot with that in mind, but the only trouble is, yeah, as I say, they're quite loose fitting. I haven't worn them that much at all. I bought them space there. Because what that does is that means it alters my step. It means I have to do big steps too. And I have a really awkward walk anyway because I'm 6'3" tall. I have autism and my walk is I'm just generally awkward. In general, I have to lose my balance as well. I have poor spatial awareness, but yeah, it makes me sort of have to lift up my foot a bit more to because of the extra space here. And I just feel it gives me a bit of an odd gait. Oh, I do I've never owned Doc Martens in my life. I'd like to own some though. You see, I wouldn't mind that because I'd be owning that brand. So, but these, yeah, they were supposed to be like functional work boots, and I find them like dysfunctional. They have a cool zip on the side, and obviously I had these with winter in mind as well, rainy winter days because, and like we did have some serious snow in the UK, and we had a very icy winter, but I just didn't want to wear these. I wore my Timberlands for the icy. It was really bad, like snow and ice. Maybe that's what sort of wore away my polish because it was actually dangerous. The ice. So yeah, I don't know what to do with these. I might get rid of them and get something that's like less stompy and more casual, but will still just about get me through like a rainy day and maybe a snowy day. But yeah, I'm annoyed because I like to use things. I try not to give things away immediately, but yeah, these are just a bit difficult really. So, but they look quite nice. I like the collar. It's probably like faux leather. I can't remember if it's real leather or faux leather. It might be real leather. These are about £80. It's probably about $110. I don't know. Yeah, that's my other boots. Okay, next, these are shoes. I don't care, but these are my flip-flops. I got these in the USA when my then girlfriend took me to the beach, and yeah, I needed some, and I'm not really a big flip-flop wearer, so it took me ages to like get used to the sort of the bit that goes between your toe. I must be very sensitive between that because that felt horrible to me. Anyway, I found these were just like in Walmart. They might have even been like $1 or something like that. Sorry if you can hear background noise. The neighbours are coming in and out. The walls are very thin. It's a nice sunny day, so there's lots of people out and about. So. I cleaned and disinfected all my shoes just for the purposes of this video, so it was a good excuse to do that. So. But yeah, these are essential for the beach. They're really handy. Obviously very cheap. Honestly, think they were like $1 or $2, something ridiculous like that. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe. I feel like they were really cheap. Maybe not $1 or $2. I don't know. But they might have been. I mean, it's literally just some rubber. So. But I haven't. I don't know if I don't really get to go to the beach that often, and yeah, actually, well, I actually got married near a beach, but I didn't bring these with me just because we weren't sort of. Yeah, I just wore my shoes along the beach, and I was okay. I didn't get like sand in my shoes, as far as I'm aware. It's quite lucky now I think about it. So, yeah, that's my my flip-flops. Or thongs, as they call them in Australia. You call them thongs in the USA as well, but we call them flip-flops because you flip-flop along. So. Okay, next. These are ones I got from River Island. Again, these are just casual, almost like trainers. They're white, so they got a bit dirty on the base, but. And they have this like Japanese writing, Shinjuku Tokyo, and it has like just like a design. It's like GPS coordinates, but yeah, I like these again because I needed a casual shoe. I usually wear these like at work again, just as a casual shoe. I like the grey. I think it goes with lots of different things. Although this light colour, I have khaki coloured trousers which I wear sometimes, and the grey is a bit, because of the light shade, it kind of, I feel like it should be, these would be, like khaki goes with darker shoes, but these, like actually I bought some casual shoes from River Island, and they were like khaki coloured, so when I'd wear them with khaki coloured trousers, that looked very strange. It looked like I wasn't wearing shoes at all. With the same colour running into your shoes, it's very odd, so at least there's a little bit of contrast, but not as much as I'd like. But I've been wearing these a lot, especially this week when the weather's been sunny, and I just needed something casual just to put on to go out and get a sandwich. It's good for going to work, because they're easy to wear, they're quite lightweight, so. And I've only had these, I might have only had these like a few months actually, I can't remember when I got these. It might have been a few months ago, it was probably back in the fall, so maybe about 6 months ago I had these. Yeah, really lose track of time with my shoe purchasing, but yeah, it's probably around the fall time I've had these, but yeah, they're fairly comfortable. There are some uncomfortable bits where it presses on the top of your toe, and which is not great, but yeah, they're about £40. They're like cheap ones, which I know you're not supposed to buy cheap shoes because they don't last, but sometimes I think River Island generally is quite good quality. I've worn much worse quality ones before. So. Next, these are my, excuse me, that was my stomach. These are my formal shoes. Actually, these are from River Island as well. You can see the label in there, and I've had these a few years now, and they've been really good. I struggle to find, there's a certain shape that I like. I don't like the too pointy, and I don't like too rounded as well. And I was struggling to find any that had, that sort of look, because I'm quite thin. I think that has something to do with it. But again, River Island came through and had these, and I've had these a while. And they've been really great for formal occasions, for weddings, for being a wedding guest. And I wore these at my own wedding as well. So now they have got some wear and tear and creases on them. But before my wedding, I did shine them up to within an inch of their life, and yeah, they came up really good. And the thing was, like I said, the wedding it was near a beach, so we got some photos on the beach. And yeah, I walked on the beach with these and didn't get sand in them, so they must be pretty tight still. And anyway, just looking at this wedding venue, you saw other pictures of other people, and it just made you realise it doesn't matter what you wear depending on the venue, because people were wearing wellies to go in the sea and get their photos done. They were wearing boots in case it was muddy. The walk down to the beach might have been muddy. Luckily it was dry when we were there, but and there wasn't many full body shots of me, but I did my best obviously to look formal. I had a suit and a tie on, and so these have done me for formal occasions, and they still will. Still a bit shiny. And actually, we went straight to our honeymoon in Paris straight after the wedding, and I wore these certain days. I think I might have worn these going up the Eiffel Tower, and I'm always wary to wear shoes like this sometimes, walking around, because I'm scared they might not be robust enough for doing a lot of walking. But yeah, they were fine. I'm not sure if I did go up the Eiffel Tower with these, but I certainly had a day out where I was walking around with these, and it was okay. Might well have been the Eiffel Tower actually. like it when you first buy new shoes and they don't have that crease in them. But again, the thing is, because these had been broken in and had that flexibility, we had to actually scrabble along some rocks to get some nice photos by the sea, and so having that flexibility actually probably stopped me from falling over, which I could well have done. So yeah, I'm glad they had a bit of I had broken these in, and so and I can't see any signs that they're falling apart or anything. There's maybe a bit of wear and tear, you can see on the base. But yeah, that's my formal shoes. Okay, next, these are my, again, Timberland, but these are, I guess, what I'd call uppers, so they're not quite boots, they're just like, high top shoes. I was looking for a pair of these because I needed like a comfortable pair of high tops, and these were on offer. So yeah, there was quite a good discount on them. They're on sale. So I bought these. I quite like the colour. And these are Nubuck, which, if you don't know, is a kind of like a type of leather where it's quite furry. It's kind of, could you see, like a velvety furry. Changes colour when I move it. So, and again, I brought these on my wedding week / honeymoon week because we did a lot of walking, especially around Paris, so they were great for that because they're not too heavy like those other Timberlands were way too heavy. So I settled on these, and I'm so glad I did. Like, I went to the Palace of Versailles and walked around Versailles with these, and they were great for walking. I did like 18,000 steps that day, and they got me through it. Now, the only thing with Nubuck is you can't wash them with water. You have to buy this like almost like a magic eraser type thing, and just sort of rub out any stains that you get on them and then brush them, which I did, yeah, because they can get, when you get water stained on them, it can look a bit patchy, and that stuff did work. At first I thought the sales guy was just like trying to make extra money, which they were, but he was right. It does, yeah, it does make a difference. So I had to clean these obviously for the video, but they were still kind of like dusty, I think, from Versailles, because it was a dry, dusty day and you've got lots of gardens and gravel, and so I think I have dust from Versailles. Maybe I have molecules of Marie Antoinette on my shoes, who knows? Who knows? But yeah, these are really nice, and again, you can wear them in summer as well. I don't think I've worn them when it's been rainy, so I don't know how they'll do in rain. They're supposed to be waterproof, but I don't know. So yeah, that's my Timberland. Okay, next, these are what I call my summer shoes. These are my Vans. They're like Vans classics, but like this beautiful blue colour. And these had gotten quite dirty as well, so I had to give these a sort of, I gave them a brush as much as I could. The white is hard to get the stains off the white, but I gave them a good disinfect. There's a bit of dust from my floor, but they're cleaner than they've ever been, and I think I've had these about a year now. And these are great. Like, I brought these on my travels because, yeah, when it was a nice day and you just wanted something casual, these are really nice. I like the colour. If I started collecting anything, I'd probably want to get into like not wacky, I hate that, but just like bright colours. There's nothing wrong with that. And there wasn't really anything. I feel like muted colours are sort of more in, but these were like a nice colour. So, like, I like some of the Adidas Gazelles. I there were some bright green ones that I tried on, but they were too tight for me, even for new shoes. They were too tight for me. It was weird. So they have the Vans label on the back there. And actually, I recently had to relace these because I don't know what happened, but I seem to have just worn them straight from the store, and the way they laced it in the store meant that the laces were way too long, and I think I just like forgot that they were laced up wrong, and I just assumed that the laces were too long or something, and I would just keep having to like tie them until they didn't drag on the ground. And anyway, I really figured it out. I had to look on a YouTube video, like how to lace Vans in a classic way, and so I literally relaced them recently because I knew I was going to do this video, and now they're a lot shorter and easier to slip on as well. They were really tight to get on, but I just can't believe I just didn't realise that they weren't laced properly in the store. It was very strange. I guess I don't know what happened. I think maybe, I don't know. I make life difficult for myself sometimes, so. But yeah, I do love the colour, and I don't know if I saw anything that had a decent colour, because the blue kind of goes with a lot of things as well. Yeah, even with like blue jeans, my jeans tend to be darker, so they go with those. There's not too much of a clash, you know. So next, so these I haven't actually worn yet, although I think I bought the Timberlands before these, but these are Vans as well, and these are these cool like high tops. Again, I was looking for like a summer high top. And again, these were on discount. They were £130 down to £89.99 from a store called Shoe. I haven't even taken the labels off yet. But apparently these are waterproof. And they have a kind of like a reflective, I think there's something reflective on them. It might be these actually, or even the stripe. There's something that kind of reflects when it's dark, and it says it has Hydro Guard, so apparently they are waterproof. So, but I love the design. It's kind of that khaki reminds me of kind of like a 1980s car from an American movie or something. I don't know. That's just what it evokes to me. But yeah, I just haven't had a chance to wear these yet. They have the kind of layers there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Like I said, I don't know, but there are reflective bits. I think it's these bits here. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to wearing these. Now, I very nearly, when I was packing for my wedding, I very nearly chose these over the Timberland high tops. I couldn't decide. It took me ages to decide, but ultimately I went with the Timberlands because I got married in April, and you never know what the weather's going to be like in April. And I feel like the Timberlands were more appropriate for spring, for unpredictable weather, and these were better for summer, even though they say they're waterproof. It's just the design feels a bit more like fun and summery. So as summer approaches, it's technically still spring here. I am going to use these more, so I'll do some scratching with these. This is all track there as well. try them just to see if they fit, and they fit me great. So they feel really comfortable and cushioned. You can see just the Vans label in there as well. Yeah. So that is my my Vans summer high tops, which I haven't worn yet. So, and that is it, guys. That is my shoe collection. It's not massive, and I'm not like into shoes, but I hope you enjoyed this and found it tingly and relaxing. Please like the video, and I will see you soon for another ASMR video soon. Take care. Bye bye.